never be apart. Love carved in stone. Love carved in stone. That's me and my baby. Love carved in stone. From the very first moment I lay eyes on you, I knew I loved you and the love was true. Love carved in stone. Love carved in stone. That's me and my baby. Love carved in stone.
But at least I got her on the phone. I asked about a chance of her loving me again. Yes, I asked about the chance of her loving me again. She said she never stopped loving me, and she was coming on the train. I asked her, can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Who have I upset then? Less than 100 people at a live stream? Well, well, well. The story of three wells. Anyway, what are we doing this evening? Can you hear me, by the way? Am I muted? I don't think I am. I think I am doing this really well. Brilliant. I always vape. I always vape. So who do we have? Flurf Spective. Good evening, Ranty. How are you, pal? Zerkster. Brian Pop Robson even. How are you, mate? How's your second favourite Welshman treating you? Is he still picking on you? Good evening, Basic Trigonometry. Crafty Keeler, how are you? Lovely. Good evening, Olek. Sean O'Toole. What up, buddy? Well, you know, this, that, and the other. So, the I forgot what I was going to say now. Ranty, is it blowing up or is it imploding? Because usually at the beginning of my live streams, I've got at least 200 people watching, and there's less than 100 here tonight. Why? I couldn't tell you. Maybe there's actually something good on the TV tonight. On my last couple of videos, I tell you what, it's like everybody's forgotten that I upload videos. I honestly don't know what's going on. But anyway, no point complaining about it because nobody cares. Good evening, Gary IOW. How are you, mate? M Shedler 49, is it? Is that right? Good evening, Tim Allen, Rasmus Franson. How are you? Good evening, Adam L and David Coombs and Jenna Brazel. How is everyone doing? So my Ask Me Anything video, I said that in that video, whichever comment had the most engagement would win this lovely hat, of which there are only 2 left, apart from the one I kept for myself. So if I can share my screen, we will get this out of the way nice and early. So if I share the old screen, there it is. So these are the comments. Now, to find out which comment had the most engagement, let me just zoom in a bit so people with old eyes like me can see. So sort by top comments. So whichever comment is at the top now has won the tidy baseball cap. So the winner is 0. As a fellow older person with tons of tattoos, many above the collar, I love how Creaky is doing these videos and proves that ink does not take away from your intelligence or the size of your kind heart. Sending love from Arkansas in the US to my Welsh brother and his wonderful family. I've even subbed to Callum's channel. I think that's what's known as a backhanded compliment. So 0, I hope you see this this live stream because you've won this hat. But what do I do with this one? Do I do what we've done in the past? And we'll whichever super chat amuses me the most wins this cap. Entirely up to you. You let me know what you want to do. And as I'm feeling generous tonight, we may even find a 50 quid Amazon voucher floating around. So it's entirely up to you. You let me know what you want to do. But what else I thought we'd do as well, because when I did the Ask Me Anything video, I did have yeah, that's a very fine idea, Crafty Keeler. Why didn't I think of that? This is why I need people like you around. So when I put the community post up for the Ask Me Anything video, I had over I think it was 221 or 222 comments. And obviously there was no way I could cover that many questions in a 15-minute video. So I thought if anybody has got a question that they want to ask, then now's your opportunity. But remember, silly questions either get ignored or they get silly answers. Entirely up to you. Crafty Keeler, yeah, that's a damn fine idea. So you won the hat. Email me creaky at creakyblinder.com. Here we are, Keeler. I've taken your advice. Oh, you can have a silly answer, Adam. You know, I'm more than happy to give silly answers, but obviously, if anybody did ask a question that didn't get answered, good evening, Christopher Shapley, DVM, CVA. How the devil are you, sir? That's not you, though. There you are. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. So yeah, if anybody has got any questions that they want answered and I didn't get round to in the Ask Me Anything video, send them over now. Brian Pop Robson says send the other one to Expat Taffy. I know that these hats are adjustable, but I don't think that they go that big. I really don't think that it would fit a head that size. No, I'm a big head and it fits me, but I don't think it would extend to the size of Expat Taffy's dome. Is Expat Taffy a flat earther, by the way? Does anybody know? S2000 GT, how are you? I have tried adjusting the filters so that you can now say dick in the side chat. The funny thing is, it was timing out people that said dick, but what if somebody's username was dick? You know, what if Mr. Richard Head had appeared in the side chat? How would he have managed if he shortened his Christian name? That wouldn't have worked very well at all. Yeah, cow Pat Taffy. So who's seen what's going on with Jeremy Corbyn's brother, the anti-vaxxer? I've started planning out the video. But basically, he took a bung, a bribe for all the Americans watching. He took a bribe or a bung, however you wanna refer to it, off, unbeknownst to him, a couple of YouTubers that their whole shtick is to wind up relatively famous people. Dick Clark is my uncle. See, Jason Clark, it's time to. But yeah, anyway, he took a bung, but he didn't know it was off two YouTubers. And like I say, I've not properly planned the video out yet, so I don't want to spoil it too much. But basically, the gist of it was these two YouTubers pretended that they worked for AstraZeneca, and they approached him and I shall have a look now. Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA. Yes, I have received your. It's not a super chat. It's a PayPal chat, but PayPal donation. But I haven't got a sound effect for that, so this will have to suffice.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Could you hear that? Was that loud enough? Was it too quiet? But anyway, thank you, Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA. Yeah. So he took. Who cares about what the turtle moves? So he took so these two YouTubers, their whole thing is they will approach people like Jeremy Corbyn's brother. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And they basically said, look, we are from the AstraZeneca company. We've got £10,000 in this bag, and we will give you this £10,000 if you stop slagging off our vaccine and just talk shit about the other vaccines. Is it Piers Corbyn, is it? Or is it Miles Corbyn? It doesn't matter anyway. No, it's not Boris Johnson. So he took the bung, but after they had given him the £10,000 and he saw it, and I've not watched the video properly yet, they were able to switch it for £10,000 in Monopoly money. And he has uploaded a video, which a number of you have sent to me on Twitter, of him opening the bag and finding that it is filled with Monopoly money. So Lord Callum sent it to me originally, actually, my son. And he said, Dad, there's definitely a video in this for you. When I looked at it, I completely agree. There is definitely a video to be made there, because obviously a lot of these anti-vaxxers, they're on a mission to save everyone from the dreaded vaccine companies. And then, of course, he takes a bribe to not talk about it. But can you imagine what that's like for his brother? Because his brother's a high-profile politician, isn't he? You know, it cannot be a good look. His brother is obviously the black sheep of the family. And no Welsh jokes, please. His brother's obviously the black sheep of the family. Oh no, Philip, you haven't missed it. I haven't made it yet. I'm just spitballing the idea. Yes, Mrs. Creaky is doing very well. She's doing very well indeed. Yeah, so you know, does that sound like something you would be interested in watching? Yeah, that's a good point. M Shedler 49, 39 likes, 150 people watching. Now I'm no maths genius, but even I can tell that the ratio is a little bit off there. Right, what are we doing here? What's going on? Yeah, so if anybody's got any questions, just at Creaky Blinder, and I'll do my best to answer them. You know, if I didn't get around to your question, or if you didn't submit the question in time and you would have wanted to, you know, I'll do my best to answer them now. Leon Gondraw stuff. Any new tattoos planned to be added anytime soon? Yeah, I've got an appointment every month this year, right up until Christmas. 4 dislikes. Well, shock horror killer, isn't it? Really, you know, it's welcome to YouTube. Yeah, I've always got plans for tattoos. I'm working on. I'm not going to take my top off and show you because some of you may be eating, but I had more added on to my throat and shoulders on Friday. If you follow me on the Instagrams or the Twitters or the Facebook, you would have seen the pictures. But yeah, I've always got plans for new tattoos. Good evening, Jez of the Mass Reviewer. How are you? Sorry, Kiki, I'll have to miss this one. I'm with my family anyway. Hope you all have fun. Yeah, like I always say, and I've got it on my knuckles, family first. Don't worry about me. I am more than capable of talking to myself for an hour or hour and a half if the needs arise. Insight has already clicked the like button 80 times. 2 of the dislikes are you. Thanks, Google moderator team. I can always rely on you to be sensible. What should I do if I meet a Karen? Ignore them. Completely ignore them. Because if you don't, you're feeding into what they want. And should I talk about last Tuesday's video? I don't know if I even want to. But do you want me to? I don't know if Ranty is still in the side chat or if I've bored him into submission and he's left already. But I don't know. Instagram's awesome, Keela. How can you not like Instagram? It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, exactly. Google moderator team, likes or dislikes. YouTube does not know the difference. So is there anybody in the... How many people have we got? 155 people. So it's a very small number out of the, you know, the number of people that watch the video. But... And answer this honestly. Do you think I was wrong with my analysis of what went on? Take care, Chris. I'll speak to you soon, pal. And enjoy your birthday bash. You know, and be honest. Good evening, Patrick Duller. Greetings from Germany. New subscriber. Love your content, Creaky. And the best thing is that you don't have an accent. Well, clearly I don't have an accent. I actually revealed my real voice in the Ask Me Anything video. Here we are. So Brian Pop Robson thinks I was 100% right. Why doesn't Crafty Keeler like Instagram? I really want to know now. These are the sorts of things that keep me awake at night. I don't like it. I don't know. Just communicating through pictures is not for me. And no, I agree with you on the Karen. Excuse me. 28 Cutter, good evening, pal. How are you? Ex Libris Scientia. Yeah, that American accent you did was pretty good. Well, no, that's the thing. See, it wasn't actually an American accent. It was just my normal voice. I have not revealed myself on a live stream. And I never will. I like you all too much to sicken you like that. Yeah, so yeah, 100% right. Good evening, Neurosis, Melvins. How are you? Sparky's opinion. I think you were just fine in that video. Hello from Colorado. Peter Nortle says, good day, mates. Because he's from Australia. Good evening, Kettle. How are you? If I met a Karen, I would lie down and fake cry like a child, kicking and screaming. That would be... How are you doing, Aaron? I enjoy your Karen videos and would like to see more. Yeah, I'm trying. This is the thing, see, and my views are suffering because of it. But you know, part of me cares, part of me doesn't, right? Because you know, I've said for a long time that I don't just want to be a flat Earth channel anymore, because it just gets boring and repetitive for me making the video. So you know, it must get boring for you as well. So you know, I'm trying to... Good evening, Tim Tech Dude. How are you, pal? Nice to see you. Nice. It's been a while. Hang on, I got a leg fleet. So yeah, basically the situation was with the Karen video on Tuesday is that Flurfspective Ranty had already made a video about it, and he went into a lot more depth than I did, and he didn't share my opinion, which is fine. Imagine how boring the world would be if everybody always agreed with everyone else. And I try, so when I get challenging comments, should we say challenging to keep it friendly and polite? When I get challenging comments, I either don't reply or I just let it go over my head. But the problem I had with some of the comments I got on that video wasn't that they were negative, and some of them were from channel members. I had a couple off Patreons, and that's fine. I don't expect everybody to agree with me all the time. Good evening, Neil K. How are you, pal? Solar DNA, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Hang on, that's not one of CC's sock accounts, is it? Finish that sentence, Solar DNA. You know, I don't expect everyone to agree with me all the time. That's not what I'm here for. I came into this with my eyes wide open. But how can I'll just say it, right? Because Randy strikes me as a nice guy. In my opinion, he got it wrong. So the main thing was people were saying, oh, you've dropped the ball on this one, Creaky. You should watch Randy's video on this. He's right and you were wrong. No, he's not. I didn't say I was right or wrong. And I'm not saying Randy's right or wrong. What I'm saying is my interpretation of what went on in that video was very different from Randy's interpretation. Yeah, okay, maybe I could have said in the video that the lady with the camera, you know, she could have just stopped recording and walked away. But why should she? Because if you look into that, you will find out that the Karen actually tried to assault her prior to her starting recording. And that was another really stupid comment. Well, why was she recording then? Well, she was recording because the Karen tried to assault her and she missed. So she pulled her phone out and started recording her to protect herself. I really can't. Sometimes it baffles me. Not that people disagree with me, that's fine. Disagree with me if you want. I'm not bothered to a certain extent. But yeah, no, the funny thing is though, Keela, right? Yeah, I accept that, and I would never dox anybody, but and that was something else I was accused of in that video, which to me is just ridiculous. How is saying somebody's name doxing them? If somebody had given out her home address and her mobile phone number, that's doxing her. Mentioning her name isn't. The reason her name is so easy to find online is because it was picked up by so many news networks. And I know that the woman with the camera probably is how they got her name, but they would have found it anyway. They would have found it anyway. It's no, Keith Milner, she wasn't recording before the assault. That's the thing, see? She started recording because of the assault. Do you know, I don't know if I'll get a reply, and I wasn't going to mention this, but I will now because we've talked. I've emailed her and asked her, would she be interested in having a chat with me about exactly what went on live? You know, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I agree, Keela. It was unnecessary. But, you know, the way some people were reacting was as if I had done that, but I hadn't. I basically, if you type Victoria's Secret's Karen into Google, almost every single result has her name in it. And the thing is, my interpretation is the reason for her freak out was because, you know, we've all done it. We've all said something or done something and immediately regretted it. You know, you've said something to somebody and thought, oh I can't believe I just said that. It's too late now. And I think that's what went on. And I think she was hoping that she could distract from what she knew she had done by behaving the way she did, because she probably realized very, very quickly that every action has a consequence, doesn't it? So that woman is, she's not a nursery school teacher. She's a teaching assistant. So she obviously realized that and thought, crap, I really balls this up, haven't I? How the hell am I going to get out of this? Right, what was that? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of the if Creaky do not care, if Creaky think he is correct, why is he using so much time to defend? I'm not defending myself. I'm just talking about it. And I asked the side chat, would they like me to talk about it? This is my opinion on some of the comments that I received on that video. Defend myself from what? From having an opinion. I mean, how dare I have an opinion? It's almost as if I uploaded my own opinion to my own YouTube channel. I can't believe I would do something so selfish. So no, I'm not defending myself. I am talking about something I asked the side chat, would they like me to talk about? Yeah, could have just walked out to the store. But then, you know, if she was assaulted in the... Why should she? Live on Creaky Blinders channel. No week is complete without the Creaky Sunday stream. Yeah, thank you, Keela. Thank you very much indeed. How smart can she be instead of saying sorry? Sparky's opinion says, how dare you do something selfish that the majority of us happen to enjoy and agree with? You on. Whatever will we do? I know. You know what they say? Opinions are like assholes. We all have one, and they nearly all stink. And I've said before, I will never, as long as I've got breath in my body, apologize for having an opinion on a particular topic. If I upload a video and you think by the title or the first few minutes, oh, that's not for me, I don't think I'm gonna like this, don't watch it. Simples, as Alexander the Meerkat says. Yeah, the move was okay, Voodoo Inquisitor. We're at about 95%, maybe 90 or 95% normality now. Oh, what happened there? My earphone fell out. How terrible. Yeah, so the move was fine, Voodoo Inquisitor. Thank you very much indeed. 92 likes, 179 watching. Still not right, is it? When what? When did you get so salty? Totally agree with you. No, I'm not salty. I'm just, I'm talking about. So I asked if you weren't here at the time, I'm guessing. So I said to the side chat, shall we talk about some of the comments from Tuesday's video? And the side chat overwhelmingly said yes. So it's not salty. I can be salty, but this is not salty. Oh yeah, I could actually, then they wouldn't fall out. That's a damn fine point. That is a damn fine point. Right, so who's saying what? Matty Clark, good evening, how are you? Creaky, love what you do. You do what you like doing. Love it from Flat Earth, Karens, or the Americans that do the recording on public buildings. First Amendment auditors. Very special selection of people. What's my opinion on the riot in Swansea Town Hall? It was just complete madness. I almost made a video about it, but because it was so local, I didn't think that it would have a broad enough appeal for, you know, for example, somebody in, I don't know, New York to be interested in watching it. So I didn't bother. What are my thoughts on global warming and people who deny it? You know, that's one topic that I've never... I've never made a video on climate change deniers. I don't know enough about it, to be honest, but based on how warm it's been the last couple of weeks, there's definitely something up in there. Hang on now, solar DNA. Westchester, New York. Now I know it's not CC because you'd have said Westchester. Does he say Westchester County? I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. There must be a real delay in the side chat. It is a complex subject, and it's one that I don't know a great deal about. Listen, most of the videos I make, I've got a very limited knowledge on them. So I have to do a considerable amount of research, a considerable amount. Thank you for the...
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
It's not a super chat, but it is a PayPal donation from Devil's Cousin. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. Good evening, Dan Hetfield. How are you? Keela tends to avoid the Karen videos. There are some, though, that need to be discussed because of the content of the video. Using mental health to abuse or assault somebody needs to be called out. The thing is, you know, this is what I'm saying. And even for you, Keela, you know how highly I think of you, but I can't even expect people who are my most... I don't know the word I'm trying to think of, you know, my biggest supporters. You know, I can't expect anyone to agree with me all the time, and I wouldn't. I just wouldn't, because, like I said, imagine how crap life would be if everyone agreed with you all the time and there was never any... Oops. There was never any heated conversation, or there was... Do you know what I mean? It would just be... Creaky Blinder, are you a lesbian? I think I might be. I'm not sure. Oh, now there's... See, now this is why I wish I had a better grasp of the English language. Ardent followers. Thank you, Voodoo Inquisitor. Your name is going on what is proven to be a very short list.
Ooh, super chat. Super chat. Thank you. Thank you.
To win this. Because, by the way, Keela, that was an excellent idea, because Zero has replied to my email already, my comment already, and he sent me his address, so he has now officially won his tidy cap. So, Indie Tiger, you were going on the list as well. So if anybody's interested, knock yourselves out. You know what to do. We've done it plenty of times before. How are you, Gare PG? Nice to see you. 50 knockers. My favorite currency.
Super chat. Thank you.
G-E-I-R.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, Keela. And that's the thing. Disagreeing with people, I think, is part of a healthy, do you want to call it a friendship or a... Do you know what I'm saying, though, don't you? And I know I repeat myself, but I don't want everyone to agree with me. So I've spoken about this a few times before. There's you know, that I said about it in my team. I said about it in my Ask Me Anything video as well.
Super chat.
There's
Thank you.
hashtag tidy to you as well, Team Yankee 2, and you're now on the list. There's a Facebook group I'm a member of. And there's one of the users there. He's one of the moderators, a guy called Daniel Batal, and he's a legend. And he does channel consultations, and I've had a few of them with him, you know, working on different strategies, this kind of thing. And, you know, we were talking about Rene Padilla. We were talking about...
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Negative comments, and you know, why you should relish them rather than, you know, not like them. And he used the analogy of, is it an analogy? I don't know, but he used Howard Stern as an example. Hugely popular radio DJ, chat show host, whatever it is he does. But he's popular because so many people dislike what he says, if that makes sense. So people mainly tune in to listen to him because they disagree with him. So he's successful and popular because people don't like him. That makes sense. Brian Pop Robson, you're on the list, pal. Do you know what I mean? And we were looking at that sort of approach, you know, and you know, we was explaining that I should welcome negative comments because, you know, as human beings, we've all got a certain amount of morbid curiosity, haven't we? You know, how many times have you been driving along the motorway or the highway if you're in America and anywhere else they call them highways?
Thank you.
And you've seen a car accident, and anybody who will answer honestly was that you look. You cannot resist looking because human beings are just very nosy. We like to know what's going on, you know, and it's the same sort of thing with negative comments or controversial video topics. People like to see things like that going on. They like to see, you know, people arguing or falling out. It's,
Ooh,
you know,
super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario Space.x. Your name is on the list, pal. You know, people like that kind of thing. So, you know, and this is part of why, you know, that did I say shock jock? I couldn't think of the term, or maybe I did say it and I've just forgotten because, as everybody knows, I've got the memory span of a senile goldfish. And just for anyone who's doubting me, this is where I'm entering the people who are in with a chance of winning a tidy hat. So I am really doing it. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't want everyone to agree with me. We're addicted to the drama even when we say we hate the Creaky Blinder. Attracted to the spectacle, as one of my professors used to say. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So, as some of you will know, especially those of you that follow me on Instagram, Keela, myself and Mrs. Blinder had a lovely weekend in London about 3 weeks ago. And I love Camden. It's right up my alley. You see a lot of really quirky people, a lot of heavily tattooed people, people who have got most peculiar fashion sense, and I love it there. Absolutely love it there. Rene Padilla has asked me a question. What was the question? I'm new here. What is the name on the list? It's basically I'm putting names on the list, and towards the end of the live stream, I'll spin the wheel, and whoever wins will win the tidy cap as modeled in a hip-hop style by me. So that's what the list is. Oh, some sexy money. 50 sexy monies from Andreas L.
Super chat. Pangeo.
Andre Eas E L D H is now on the list. Sorry, that took me so long to do. But anyway, and now I've completely... Yeah, so I love Camden. So we went to Camden. We went back to Camden the next day because I thought, oh, bugger, let's just go back to Camden. We'll have a spot of lunch. You know, we'll chill out. We'll have a drink. You know, sit by Camden Lock and watch the world go by for a couple of hours. And when we arrived in Camden, there was police tape everywhere. The only place in London you would have seen more police officers on that particular day was if you had gone to a police station. They were everywhere. And of course, I'm not saying I'm nosy, but I'm nosy. So I stopped to get a drink, and one of the security guys from Camden Market was there, and I just went on to him and said, you know, what the hell's going on here, mate? What, you know, what's happened? And basically what had happened, I won't get too graphic with the description because obviously YouTube and there's certain things you can't talk about, but Dan Hetfield, that isn't, mate. I got two left, and like I say, one has been won by the top commenter, or the most engaged commenter on Thursday's video, and this one is going to be won by somebody in the side chat tonight, mate. So there isn't, and they are literally the last two I've got. So I asked this security guard, you know, what's going on here, mate? And basically there was a huge fight after midnight the previous evening, and somebody had been attacked with a broken beer container, and it was not looking good for him.
Ooh, super chat. Pangeo.
The point I'm trying to make, thank you very much, Super J Live VM. What? Super J Live VM. But the point I'm trying to make is my nosiness, call it what you will, my morbid curiosity. Thank you very much, Jenna Brazel. Got the better of me, and I just couldn't resist asking. And that's why I think controversial or argumentative videos quite often
super chat.
do better.
Pangeo.
Not always, but quite often they will do better because people are nosy and people are drawn to confrontation and drama. You know, we're human beings, and that's what human beings are like. Unfortunately, the poorly Yorkshire woman managed to find her wallet. It was very hard. Or this poorly Yorkshire woman. That's with my glasses on. I'm trying a different screen setup tonight, and it's maybe not going as well. I've got to save up my pennies and buy this big monitor.
Ooh, super chat.
Rene Padilla is on the list for a second time. So I'm sure you're getting how it works now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So yeah, you know, M. Shedler is not a bean. He's a tomato. Oh no, that would be a tomato because you're American. What's a bit blurry? Simon Muncher, Mitchner. What's a bit blurry? What, the stream? Try refreshing it, mate. It looks all right from my end, but you know, what do I know? If anybody wants to ask me anything, can you at the very least at Creaky Blinder, because the side chat's moving relatively quickly and I'm old and I've got really crap eyesight. But somebody just said, who was that? Oh, I bloody lost it now. Oh, it's gone. But if you want to, Team Yankee, about YouTube, how many subs did you have before you decided it was a full-time job? 9,000. Mainly because I'm an idiot. But don't pack your job in on 9,000 subs. The only reason I was able to do it is because even though I've told this story loads of times, told it in the Ask Me Anything video, so you've just outed yourself as a non-watcher. I got to the point where Keith Milner, you're on the list, pal. I got to the point where my YouTube channel was making more money than the sign company I was running, because it was a small one-man band. It was just me. And
super chat.
I thought, well,
Hangout.
I was doing all my recording in my office at the sign company, so obviously I was getting interrupted all the time. And I thought, well, if I close this place down, then look how much more time I'm going to have to dedicate to my YouTube channel. Maybe it was a sign Keith Milner. and that's what I did. You know, I decided, you know, the thing with me, the problem is, I don't know, is it a problem? I don't know. Opinions vary. So the problem with me is that I'm very all or nothing. If I do something, I rarely half-ass it. I'm either all in or I'm not in at all. And it was bugging me that that I knew there was more I wanted to do towards my YouTube channel, but equally that I didn't. There just physically wasn't enough time in the day for me to be able to do what I wanted to do. So that's kind of when I did it, why I did it. And am I glad I did? 100%. Absolutely, I am. This is... I've said this so many times, and I know I repeat myself, and I know people are probably sick of hearing me repeat myself, but I still, number one, can't believe why so many people watch me. Number two, can't even express how grateful I am to be in the position that I'm in. And I'm not talking financial, because don't make the mistake of thinking I make a load of money on YouTube, because I promise you I really don't. It's maybe around a minimum wage job. But if you enjoy what you do, then it doesn't feel like work. Do you know what I mean? So that was a really long drawn out answer, I know. So Crafty Keeler says, where did the idea of the lurk register come from, and when are you going to do it tonight? It's Perspective. You still here? Did you hear me talking about you earlier, Randy? It was only nice things, obviously. But if you didn't hear me, do you know, Keeler, I don't actually know. It was just something I think what had happened is I had pissed somebody off, so I was keeping an eye on the participants of the live stream, and I just decided to to call it out like a school register, a silly little thing. And then I decided to
super chat. Hangout.
to add, you know, to add the music to it as well, and it just sort of became its thing. Because I was having a chat with Lord Callum today. I wanna thank you, Gay PG. You're on the list again. I wanna try and I know I say this all the time, and I know I'm a nightmare, and I know I'm a pain in the ass, but Callum gave me a brilliant suggestion earlier on. You know, like in Simon Dan's podcast, he does guess the conspiracy. So they give the guest 3 conspiracy theories, and him and Kat have made one of them up. But obviously, I'm not going to copy everything Simon Dan does. Copy a lot, but not everything. And Callum said, well, why don't you do who said this? So, for example, you know, if I said to you, who starts all their videos off by saying, hello, debunkers. I forgot. It's so long since I've made a video about him. What the hell did he say? Debaters, debunkers, and the dumbasses, or whatever he says. You know, your guess would be, because I've forgotten his name, so somebody guess it. Good evening. What's his name? Phuket word. So, you know, that would be the answer. Thank you, Gary IOW, but I remembered it as you said it. You know, and I thought maybe adding that as a feature, but I've got to work out, you know, do I do that when I've got a guest on, you know, that watches my flat earth content, or no, it's not Nathan Oakley, Shed, I'm afraid. Anyway, Dan Hetfield, that's the question. If we picked a simple enough song, would you consider playing keyboard for a tune that me and you could duet it? Oh, pressure. Possibly. You don't want me to sing, though, do you? Possibly. Oh, no. Matt, I love that profile picture. What up, Creaky? How about a debate? Would that be a mass debate because you're a complete wanker? Or, you know, some other kind of debate? Yeah, send me an email, Dan, creaky@creakyblinder.com. And I'll have a look at it and we can have a chat about it. Thank you, Eric Vox. That's what he says. Researchers, debaters, and debunkers. So if I had said that and not completely cocked it up, you would have, your answer would have been Phuket word, or Phuket word, however you pronounce it. So, you know, it's just an idea. You know, it's just an idea. It's just to make, I don't know. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Anyway, how are we doing for time? It's 20:08, so we got a good 40 minutes left yet. We got a good while left yet. Team Eric Vox has asked something. Hang on, I'm losing. What's going on? Eric Vox is right. So I don't know if you weren't listening. But this is what I do for a living. This is my full-time job. It's not my only source of income because I do still own a vape shop with my 2 oldest sons. One of whom is also a YouTuber, Lord Callum. If you're not subscribed to him, go and give him a subscribe. And if you do go and subscribe to Lord Callum, because I know he really likes this, what you must do is go to his latest video, leave a comment, and say, your daddy, but you have to spell it the way we spell it in Wales. Or some of us do. My family spell it D-A-D-I. So you have to go and tell him in his comment section, your daddy sent me. Because he really likes it when people find out that I'm his daddy. Especially freaks him out more when they spell it D-A-D-I. So, yeah. Do do that for me if you're not already subscribed to Lord Callum. So yeah, Eric Vox, this is what I do full time. This is what I do for a living, and I make it look way harder than it needs to be. Tim Tech Dude, who is this? This is an egg. Hey Tim, you're a full-on computer nerd, and what's your opinion on these 49-inch curved monitors? I've been looking at them again today, and the because of the span of the monitor, it's basically the equivalent of two 27-inch monitors side by side, but without the break in the middle. And everything I've watched about them today and read about them says that they're absolutely blinding for video editing, which is, you know, why I'm thinking, you know, have you got an opinion on them? Peter Nankaru, how are you, pal? Thank you very much in
super chat. Pangeo.
Peter Nankaru. I say that in a very Welshy way.
Super chat. Pangeo.
I don't even know if that's right. Thank you, Case. Your name has been added to my super special list. No, that just sounds wrong. Omni Orus Borus. That sounds wrong in so many ways. Voodoo Inquisitor, you're going on the list again, pal. Voodoo Inquisitor.
Super chat. Pangeo.
Anyway, there was another question there. Dan Palmer, why are you watching me live? I thought you were on your hollybobs. You should be enjoying the sun, not watching me on a Sunday night. You should be getting off your face on ouzo, that disgusting Greek drink that tastes like aniseed. That's what you should be doing. I was watching a live stream yesterday, and every time the guy stopped very rudely, as I just did, to have a drink or scratch his balls or pick his nose, he had a button that he pressed, and it was like a soundbite, and it basically said, you know, thanks for subscribing. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to share the video and blah blah blah. So because I'm a poor YouTuber and Welsh, which instantly makes me really mean, I need to try and find somebody who can record a sound bite which is similar to that. So if you've got a really stupid accent, something funny to listen to, and you fancy doing it, then maybe get in touch. It'll be great for me. But you know, Creaky Blinder from Rene Padilla. I found you recently. Watch all collab vid. I've not been disappointed. Not want to take attention from you talking about another YouTuber. Just want to say thank you for the laugh. What YouTuber was I talking about? Was I? My memory is. Now, funny enough, Timothy Tech Dude. Jordan told me that as well. My youngest. Will my graphics card handle it? I don't have to buy a new graphics card. They're very expensive. I definitely... No. How do I find that out, Timothy? How do I find that out? Brett Ride, I've been building an arc just in case. I topped it at 499 feet. Do you think that's enough? Probably not. Probably not. Hang on. Mr. Andrat, how are you, pal? Why are you suddenly saying, no, ignore Expat Taffy? Oh, is he in the side chat? Well, I hope he is. What graphics card have you got? I've got an NVIDIA Tim, what have I got? Is it a GTX 1060i? 1060i? I don't talk about Simon Dan all the time just because I think mentioning his name in a video and putting his name in the title gets me more views, which in turn helps me earn more money off my videos. How shallow do you think I am? I would never do that. I would never do it.
Welcome to the Blinder Gang.
No, sorry.
Oh, super sticker. Tidy. Ooh, super chat. Pangeo.
See, I did a preemptive super sticker button press. Oh, Jim Broughton, yeah. I have been made aware of Expat Taffy's book on Amazon. I had no idea I was dealing with a world famous published author. I really did not. It's actually really nice, Dan Palmer. Probably not as nice as it is in whatever you told me you were earlier. I've forgotten already because I'm old. But it's all right. Tim Ballum, the problem with the 49-inch displays is the vertical resolution is not UHD. I use one UHD and two HD displays. You lost me at 49-inch display. Sorry, Tim. I'm not the most technically minded person. Oh, the plot hole is sneaked in the back door. You know what I'm saying? Rennie Padilla, I was talking about your Sir Sick collab. Both vids came out. Oh yeah. That's the first time I've ever done a collab like that. It was an interesting way to do it. But yeah, it's I get emails of people all the time asking me, what can they do to get more views and more subscribers, and collaborate with people that are in a similar niche to you. But remember, before you ask somebody to collaborate with you, don't ask them because it'll benefit you. You've also got to think what they are going to get out of it. Because there's no such thing as a free ride. Nobody does anything for nothing. If you know what I'm saying, Ari. Yeah, Keith Milner is a network guy. I would go as far as to say he's a network expert. Because thanks to Keith Milner, I now have Wi-Fi, which is Welsh for Wi-Fi, in my garage. Which contains my studio. Thank you, Case. You're going on the list again, pal. So he is a network expert without any shadow of a doubt. It's always nice to have somebody join us in the side chat whose sense of humor is on the same level as mine. I only come in your back door. Behave yourself. The plot hole. Case said, sometimes I put your videos on in the background just because I can't stand looking at your face. Oh, that's not very friendly. Sorry. Sometimes I put your videos on in the background just because it's nice to listen to someone without a stupid accent. That's fine. That's fine. Eric Vox asks, have you talked about the expat taffy thing, or is that not a thing anymore? It was never a thing. I made a video about expat taffy. I've got a private playlist on YouTube, and it's named possible video topics. So if anybody sends me a link to a video, I chuck it in my possible video topics. And somebody had sent me one of Expat Taffy's videos, and I actually ended up not making a video about the video they'd sent me. I had a quick flick through his channel. It all came flooding back to me that he is completely insane. And I came across a video where he was talking about Brian Pop Robson. And, well, if you saw the video, you know what I did. But of course, now he seems to think that I am now going to scrap everything I've got planned and just make videos about him. So not only is he a complete idiot, but he's also completely deluded. And I feel safe in saying this because I know he's left. I completely blame that Brian Pop Robson. Just Oh, crap. It's what has he drawn me into?
Super chat. Hangout.
Thank you, folks. Your name is on the list. But maybe I will make another video, but I don't know. But at the moment, I'm having more fun not making a reply, if that makes sense. You know, my name is not difficult to... Taffy redefines deluded. He does, Jim. You know, my name is not difficult to say. And he's using the Kent Hovind approach and calling me like creepy blinder and that kind of thing. So I'm watching his channel. I take a look every day, and you know, I'm in communicado with a few individuals who are keeping me abreast of the abreast of the situation, so I know what's going on in Taffy's world. And if at any point I think there's a video to be made there, then of course I will make a video. But you know, I don't know what made him think that I would suddenly just stop everything I was doing and devote my entire channel, which I have worked my nads off building for the last 3 years, to making reply videos to an insane Welsh pensioner. So I'm not really sure how we came to that conclusion, if that makes any sense. But you know, it is what it is. So I've even forgotten who asked me the question now. But for the time being, no, there will be no reply to Expat Taffy, because he wants me to. And like I said in the video, in one of my videos, I can't even remember which one, the best way to get me to not do something is to tell me that I have to. So, yeah. And it doesn't matter what evidence evidence. It doesn't matter what I show it. Let's say I did make a reply to Expat Taffy. It doesn't matter what I show in my video. What's he going to say the photographs I show are? CGI. Which would just make it a complete and utter waste of time. And I'm old. Time is not on my side. So don't tempt you to what? The plot hole? What? What? I'm lost now. Tim Tactu says the innuendo stream. I'm a fan of innuendos. I really am. And dad jokes. So I took Mrs. Blinder into Swansea on the weekend to do a little bit of shopping, and the one of the biggest car parks in Swansea is opposite Swansea Prison. It's not a huge prison, but you know, it's a fairly big prison. And again, this comes down to morbid curiosity, but I couldn't resist looking up. You may see one of the prisoners, you know, one of the convicts peeking through the window. And as I looked up, I could see a dwarf, a little person, just abseiling down the wall. And I thought, well, that's a little condescending. What do you mean, what is Swansea? Swansea is a place. Come to Australia after the beer bug. My cousin lives in Australia. You may know her, Aaron, because that's kind of how it works, isn't it? Everyone in Australia knows everyone else, and she lives in Geelong. Oh, you'll test the have to clause. Go on then, test it. Test it. I dare you. Test it, I tell you. Yeah, oh, Jenna, there's always dad jokes. There's always dad jokes. I'm addicted to them. My brother, and this actually happened. My brother, some of you may have heard me saying this, but my brother's a police officer, and he lives up in Hereford, just over the border, just on the dark side, in England. Right, so he lives there, and they come down as often as they can to visit my parents, because they're both, you know, nearly dead. They're really old, and whenever he comes down, me and Mrs. Blinder try to go out for a meal with my brother and my sister-in-law. So I don't know if this is is Miller and Carter just a UK thing? It's a steak restaurant. It's bloody lovely, absolutely lovely. So we went to Miller and Carter for a meal. Absolutely lovely, best fillet steak I have ever had in my life by a mile. But anyway, you know, when you're in a restaurant and in Miller and Carter, the servers are like hyper polite. So our server come over and she asked everyone how their food was, and she asked me, you know, oh, how did you find your steak, sir? And I said, well, I just looked at my plate and it was next to the chips. Just didn't realize there would be a quiz. I only went there for a meal and to catch up with my brother. Well, I don't know. I'm going to have a better look at this Streamlabs. It's like a moderating bot, and it's making a bit of a balls up of it by the sound of it. What do you mean terrible, Crafty Keeler? My dad jokes are legendary. Do you want to hear a really long, really bad dad joke? It's not that long. So, sitting in the house one day, and there was a knock at the door. So I go to the door, open the front door. Oh, jeez, bloody kids, Bobby knocking. There's nobody there. And I could hear this really faint voice. I'm down here, mate. I'm down here. Oi, Baldy, I'm down here. So I look down, and there's a snail sitting on my doorstep. And he said, you couldn't do me a favor, could you, and bring me a dish of water? He said, I'm parched. He said, it's taken me 6 weeks to get here from across the road. So I said, no, get your own water, you cheeky get. And I kicked him, and he shot up in the air, straight over the roof of the house opposite me. And that was the end of that. I slammed the front door shut because I'm a miserable old get. Went and sat back down and carried on watching TV. Anyway, carried on with my life. Didn't even give this snail a second thought. Was it about a week, maybe 10 days later? Knock at it. Shut up, you little freak. It was me, you div. So about a week later, there's a knock at the door, and go and so open the front door. Nobody there again. And I can hear this voice. Oi, Baldy. Mate, I'm down here. I look down, it's the same snail. And he looked me straight in the eye and said, what do you do that for? No, the dog has nothing to do with it. The dog is just really annoying. Come here. Little freak. This is why you should buy a real dog. Oh, sorry, Coco. Say hi. Say hi. No, since we've moved, she's gone hyper, ultra protective. And my jokes are not terrible. How rude. Rene Padilla says again, any place in the United Kingdom that is better than here in Arizona, 42 degrees. Can't enjoy standing at holy Testicle Tuesday. The hottest I've ever experienced was about 12, 14 years ago. We went on holiday to Egypt, and it was in the mid-40s. I think the hottest day it got up to about 45, 46. Oh, it was unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. And I knew it was going to be hot. We had... I hope I bleeped that properly. If not, I apologize, especially to the headphone wearers. We landed, it was around midnight. This isn't a joke, I promise you. We landed around midnight. And, you know, in Egypt's quite a small airport. So there were no it was basically they opened the door, you walk down the steps onto the runway. Well, not the runway, the tarmac, whatever, you know what I mean. And it was if you've ever been cooking something in the oven and you open the oven and you get that whoosh, that heat, it was like that at midnight. And I knew how hot it was going to be. Absolutely unbelievable. Sorry, I didn't bleep my burp, did I? Oh, I hit the wrong bloody button. Oh, Michael hasn't learned the scooter song. What's the scooter song, Dan? Now I want to know. Anyway, what time is it? It's 8:42. So at 8:45, I will spin the wheel. This wheel here. And we will decide who is getting the second tidy hat. I know I mentioned an Amazon voucher, but there just hasn't been enough interest. So, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. Nobody asked to do it, but oh, I made your kitty cry. Well, there's life in the old dog yet then. Oh, it's not a year wheel, it's a wheel. Wheel. Rene Padilla really wants this hat. I'm sure I've spelt your name different each time I've done it. Good evening, Andy Beans. How are you, pal? The best way to cool down is the what?
Super chat. Hangout.
The best way to cool down is to pour cold water on your wrists for a few minutes. That cools your blood down just enough to make the heat bearable. Is that right now? Well, I bought listen, Keela, it's not the mouth that comes out of, it's the mind it goes into. That's all I'm going to say about that subject. Thank you, Sheep Go Quack. Your name is being added to my list. Sheep Go Quack. Is there a U in quack? Why isn't it just spelled K-W-A-K? Or K-W-A-C-K? Even the C would be unnecessary.
Super chat.
But
Hangout.
thank you anyway. Flirspective is back from lurking. Yeah, but when you say you were lurking, Randy, were you like listening, or have you left and come back and you just don't want to admit that because you don't want to hurt my feelings? Is that what's going on here? Or is it something different? John F is asking, how do I get a chance to win the hat? Like that. See that? That's one type of comment. That's another type of comment. That type of comment's got a chance to win the hat. That type of comment hasn't. If you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying. But that's basically how you do it. £2 from Andy Beans, who says, I love lamp. I'm sure you do. Why am I writing I love lamp on the list? That's not your name. Andy Beans. I would have thought you loved beans. Surely if you love lamp, your name would have been I love lamp. And Andy Lamp.
Super chat. Hangout.
The plot hole, you have to leave my name off the wheel. Do I? Did you super chat the plot hole? Well, consider it done then, because it's not on there anyway. Thank you, Charlie Welch. Your name is on
Super chat.
on me
Thank you.
list. Right, what's going on? Yeah, squirrel to you as well, Mr. Andra.
Super chat. Thank
We'll
you.
have none of that in you. And Rene Padilla. Am I saying your name correctly, Rene? I used to work with a bloke called Rene. Has anybody ever heard my story about when I nearly got into a fight over a full English breakfast? That guy's name was Rene. Blurf Spectre. Ranty's bones need oiling. He's getting old now. I know the feeling, mate. This
Super chat. Thank you.
even though you caused me loads of grief on my Karen video on Tuesday, I'm still going to be a gentleman and honor what I said and put you on the list. Plot hole, do you want me to put you on this list or not? Come on now, don't mess me about. I'm a busy man. And it's nearly 9 o'clock. And, you know, sleepy buys and stuff. It was a nana night last night. So my granddaughter slept over. So I basically balanced on the seam of my bed all night and then was up really early. So, you know, don't mess me about now, the plot hole. Are you going on this list or not? Come on, I demand an answer immediately, if not sooner. Fawkes needs more hills in his life. Did Rennie have a wife called Edith and a sexy waitress? Rennie. Yeah, I used to work with a guy. He was Dutch, he was. And the plot hole, second best, Bob, EJ, all out, are all on the list. And thank you very much indeed for the super chats. So, yeah.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, second best, Bob. So on a Saturday, this was when I still worked in the motor trade because, like I say, I've done a lot of different things to earn money. And every Saturday morning...
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ All Out. When we used to... when it was my turn to work, all the boys, we'd order a full English breakfast, bacon, eggs, sausage, mushrooms, black pudding, beans, toast, the full shabonky, if you know what I'm saying. John F., your name's on the list, pal. So because I'm a big fat greedy get, I ordered a large full English breakfast, which was 3 bacon, 3 sausage, 2 fried eggs. You get the idea.
Ooh, super chat.
And Renee, who was affectionately known by myself and my colleagues as Rene Van Foof, mainly because none of us could say his name, and because he was a bit of a... Thought I was going to swear then, didn't you? But yeah, he was a bit of a... When our delivery came, I was serving a customer because I live to serve. And the cheeky little clog-wearing douchebag started eating my breakfast. He knew he'd ordered a bacon sandwich. And he took this guy's full English... Oh, I went mental. I went absolutely ballistic on him. Because I wasn't his biggest fan anyway. But don't steal my food. You know? Take my wife out for a drink. Whatever. Borrow my car without asking me. It's fine. But don't steal my full English breakfast. Especially when I'm starving. So, I spent the next hour arguing with him and nearly beating him to within an inch of his life. But that wasn't enough. And I promise you, this is a true story. I will fall off this chair and die if I'm lying to you. And I thought, this just won't do. You know? He was laughing in the face of a hungry Welshman who had to make do with a bacon roll that he ended up paying £7 for, while Rennie Van Foof ate my full English breakfast, large, not just a full English breakfast, which he had only paid £2.50 for. So I thought, what can I do? What can I do? Now, Rene was one of the car salesmen. So he was a shirt and tie, very, very smartly dressed man with a lovely company car. And he left the keys to that company car on his desk. So while he went to the manager, was he the manager? While he went to my boss to complain about me being rude to him all over a small mistake with food, I put his car keys in my pocket. And then I thought, oh, well, bloody hell, it's 5:20 and I finish at 5:30. I shouted out, Mark, do you mind if I shoot off 10 minutes earlier? I got to be somewhere. Because Rennie Van Foof was in the toilet snapping one off. So I took his car. And it was a Friday. No, it wasn't. It was a Saturday, sorry. I took his car. And just left mine in the car park. Took my own car keys with me. So the moral of the story is don't steal Creaky's breakfast.
Super chat. Thank you.
Because he will be completely rational about it and understand that mistakes just happened. And I definitely won't steal your car. Definitely won't. And even if you phone me, pleading with me to bring it back because you've got no other form of transport for the weekend and all the courtesy cars are out with customers, don't steal my breakfast, is, I think, where we're going with this. First name right, last name is Padilla. So I was pronouncing the L's and I shouldn't have. So Rene Padilla is on the list again. If I find one, Dan, yes. If I find one that's in my budget and ticks all the boxes, yes, I am going to buy one. Maybe. Of course, it's going to be diesel. Cheapest chips to run then, isn't it? Come on now, get a grip. No, Gary IOW, this was speed cameras were a thing, but they weren't as much of a thing as they are now. Back in those days, if you got a tug for speeding, it was because the police had caught you, so they had you banged to rights. There was nothing you could do about it. No, Eric Vox, I didn't pretend I thought it was my car. I just told him, well, you shouldn't have stolen my breakfast then, should you, Van Foof? If you hadn't stolen my breakfast, then you'd have been driving your own car home. And that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, I'm going to very quickly spin the wheel of doom. Whoops. And then we're going to very, very quickly do the lurk register. And yeah, testicles. Click the spin. There's no sound effects or anything, so if you want sound effects, just imagine the sound of a wheel spinning in your head. So the winner and the recipient of the hashtag tidy hat that I am modeling now, this one, and I promise you, I do not have head lice, is... Oh, wrong clicker. Case, are you still here? Because if you are, what the Charles Dickens have I done here now? What's flapping on my... Oh, it's the label. Case, you've won the hat, pal. What do you mean, what? You have won the hat. Hat. Hatiau. You've won it. Case, say something. I know this is it's the stuff dreams are made of. You've won a hat that I found in a box under my desk. You've won the hat. Go Case. So Case, if you want to email me, pal, all jokes aside, creakyblinder.ofthecom. I can get it shipped out to you, and please don't live too far away. Last time somebody won a hat, it would have been cheaper for me to fly over and give it to them. Yes, that's it. Eric Vox, creakyblinder.com. Where's the doohickey doodah gone? I have no idea what you're talking about, Brian. CGI. Where do you live, Case? You haven't got to say in public. You can just email me. creaky@creakyblinder.com. But anyway, by popular demand, which means that Crafty Keely reminded me I haven't done it yet, even though I very skillfully pretended I had remembered and not noticed her message. It's everybody's favourite time of the week. It's time for the lurk register. What do you think about that, Expat Taffy? Brilliant. Right, so let's get on with it. Who do we have lurking? We have Brett Ride.
Ooh, super chat. Pango.
Thank you, Indie Tiger. We have Garris lurking. I love this sheet is lurking. Kitty Bridge Pepper is lurking. Leo what? Leo the Lion? Leo Thras is lurking. Stop moving my list around, man. Mess on Particle is lurking. Stray is lurking. The Welshman is lurking. Audrey Rebedy was just arrived, so she's definitely not lurking, as stated in the side chat. Everybody say hello to Audrey. John Joe M. Walton is lurking. Why is the lurk register list so short tonight? 106. Blue Feather is lurking. Oh, this is really boring. There's not enough people. Somebody lurk. Lurk on purpose. Lurk as purpose. Oh, well, this is no fun at all. No fun whatsoever. Who was that just super duper charted? Ira Gwynn has lurkage. Audrey, you never need to apologize, lovely. It's, you know, it's YouTube. That's just the way the biscuit crumbles, because we don't have cookies in the UK, because we're not peasants. Shut up. Oof, brilliant. Yes, indeed. Well, anyway, it's 8:59. And my in-ear monitor, because I'm very posh, is starting to aggravate me. So thank you very big to every single person except for the plot hole who has super chatted. Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you to everybody who sent me a pledge. No. On PayPal. And well, as far as I'm concerned, the rest of you can kiss my...
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm tired of trying, tired of knocking on your door. Said I'm tired of trying. feel like